Welcome to Techquity, our show on tech stocks. I'm Rhonda Schaffler. Next, Facebook falters, the value of the Nook grows, and e-readers, netbooks, and Siri make an appearance in our tech predictions for 2013. First up, Facebook, one of our four horsemen of the internet, that focus on its acquisition Instagram. Figures from app data show daily usage of the photo sharing service through Facebook accounts is down about 25% over the past week, though some point out other apps show similar declines. Whatever the reason, it does come after Instagram infuriated users with changes it made to its terms of service earlier this month. It has since rolled back those changes. Facebook stock hit a recent high near $29 earlier this month before all of this, but it's now trading below 26, and it was down as much as 3% earlier Friday. On to the best of the rest. Today, Barnes & Noble, the company selling another stake in its Nook media unit, which includes the e-reader and tablet devices, as well as college bookstores. The buyer this time is Pearson, owner of the Financial Times, which is paying nearly $90 million for a 5% stake. It comes 2 months after Microsoft bought a stake at a lower valuation. Microsoft's investment up about 5% already. Barnes & Noble also saying holiday sales will come in below expectations. Investors looking past that, though, shares are up more than 6%. Barnes & Noble's main tech competitor, Amazon, playing a role in one of three predictions coming from our tech disruptor today. John Abel, who is a Reuters columnist, joins us now by way of Skype. John, many focusing on predictions involving items like wearable devices. Your first deals with e-readers. Fill me in.
Yeah, I think this investment in the Nook by Pearson really is a tablet play. That's where the action is. That's what most of the chatter is about. But my prediction is that the old-fashioned, all of 5 years old, the old-fashioned e-ink reader, the traditional e-reader that lasts has a battery last of a couple of months, is still very much alive. It's very worthy technology. It needs a bit of a turbo boost to gain its legs again, its sea legs again. And I think that if Amazon, which leads this space, can find a way to drop the price to $50 or less, these will be no-brainers as a fourth device to add to your laptop, tablet, smartphone array. They're very good in places where you really wouldn't mind having something lost or damaged, and at $50, it's great for students, it's great for preteens. And I think that would allow it to still be something that we would use, and we should keep this around. It's a very, very good piece of technology.
But John, Amazon has the Kindle Fire tablet, so why does it need to grow e-reader sales if it's got the tablet?
Well, that's a good question. The tablet is really where the growth is. We all know that e-readers are going down. There was an iStudy report a couple of weeks ago or last week that said in this year e-ink e-readers would decline by more than a third, by 36%. I just think it's a shame, and I do think that there's a market for these things among people who need stuff for long trips, to take to the beach. It's a really, really good piece of technology, and I'd really hate for it to be disrupted so quickly.
Now we know one other tablet, the iPad's popularity grew, and that meant that netbooks faded in their popularity, but you see a comeback. Why?
We're now living in a cloud environment, and we don't need CD players anymore. And these are the things that sort of doomed the netbook in the old days. They were as expensive as laptops, and they didn't do the things that laptops did. Now, those differences are disappearing. So if you can pick up something for $200 or $250, which Google is marketing its Chromebooks at, saving $1,000 and doing pretty much everything you do anyway, Google Drive, SkyDrive, email, surfing, Skype, whatever, why would you? So I think this year we'll see people sort of reevaluate a new line of netbooks which look better and which do pretty much everything a laptop does for the most part.
Hang on, John. I want to talk to Siri for a second. Siri, what do you see for yourself in 2013?
didn't find any events with yourself in January 2013.
That's okay. I have John here. Let me ask you, John, because one of your predictions actually deals with Siri. What are you looking for?
Yeah, what you've demonstrated is the reason most people gave up on Siri right away. The real power of Siri right now, as it develops as a search device, is that it's a terrific command and control device. It'll open apps on your smartphone and on your tablet, which may not sound that great, but it cuts down 2 or 3 keystrokes, and we live to cut down on keystrokes. So if you were to ask Siri to open an application, it would do it for you. If you asked it to send a tweet, it would send that tweet. The other thing that Siri does very well, and Android devices almost as well, is take dictation. And in the old days, we would, on the fly, we would take our pearl quarters out and record, and then we'd have to have someone or ourselves retype all this stuff, all these brilliant pearls of wisdom that we could only hear. Siri does, in my opinion, a remarkable job of understanding what you say and taking it down. I now do most of my writing by speaking to Siri or into my Nexus 7, and then clean it up later with the keyboard. And it's fantastic for that. I really think these companies should sort of de-emphasize the semantic search things that don't work as well. They'll improve as search databases, as they add search databases and have Siri understand things better. But its ability to simply understand what you say and put it down on paper, as it were, right now is really, really good.
You know, John, I'd still rather talk to you. Thanks so much, Reuters columnist John Abel. Soaring and sputtering time, where we look at stock movers. Soaring, Stratasys, the 3D printing company, up another 4% today. Could be some window dressing by fund managers. The stock is up more than 140% this year. And sputtering, a big loser in 2012, AMD down 4%. Just a few cents now that the stock has fallen more than 50% this year and is one of the worst performers in the S&P 500. That's Techquity this Friday. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at RTRS Techquity. I'm Rhonda Schaffler. This is Reuters.